Yo, what's up guys? It's Razor Gaming and more, and today I will be teaching you how to use the toggle trigger. And yeah, you might already know how to use it. It's pretty late in the 2.1 already. I mean 2.11. It is 2020. It's been 3 years since the game is updated, so you might already know how to use it. But if you don't, then that's probably why you're here, and I'll be teaching you how to use it. So let's get right into the editor. Okay, so I have a new level here I just made. As you can see, there's nothing in the level, but I'll be teaching you how to use the toggle trigger. So, depends on what you want to use it on. I'll use it for a spike. What you want to do is go to Edit Group over here. Set it to the next free group. I'll just put it in 1 because that's the next free for me. Or whatever group you want to put it in. Just make sure it's not being used by something else. So then, what you want to do is you'll get your toggle trigger. You put it to group 1, and what that does is that when the cube reaches the toggle trigger, the spike will toggle off, and you won't be able to touch it anymore. As you can see, like if I put it right next to the spike, it's gonna look like you're gonna touch the spike, but then the toggle trigger will deactivate it, so it'll become untouchable and invisible. You won't be able to see it or touch it at all. You can't interact with the spike, as you can see. Now, you can do this with anything in the game, actually. If you want to do it with a block, you can do it with a block. Just put it in the saving group that the toggle trigger has set for, and boom, you won't be able to touch the block anymore. Okay, now let's go into the settings of the toggle trigger. Now, if we see here, if you select activate group, then it'll already be activated before, and it just, when you go past it, it won't deactivate. So yeah, that's what it does. And you may be wondering what touch triggered and spawn triggered are. Well, touch triggered means that you actually have to touch the toggle trigger for the block to disappear, or whatever thing you're using. It's just a block for me, but see, look. If you jump to the toggle trigger, then the block will go away. It will become untouchable, you know, that. Yeah, before, normally you could just go past it and it'll toggle off, but now you have to touch it, and boom, it's off. Now, you might wonder what the spawn triggered does. Well, that means that it can be triggered by a spawn trigger, and the spawn trigger is this trigger right here. What it does is that you can actually make the toggle trigger toggle on or off before you actually get to the trigger. Like, for example, you'd have to wait until it's right where the toggle trigger is to toggle off your whatever you're choosing. But you can put the spawn trigger all the way at the front of the level. Okay, what you have to do is you actually have to set the toggle trigger to a completely new group. For me, that is going to be group 2, but for you, it's whatever group you want to choose. Then you're going to have to set the spawn trigger to that group ID that you just made. And for me, it's 2. And now, it'll use the toggle trigger before the icon actually goes past it. If I put it all the way at the beginning of the level, see, then the block will automatically be off. You don't have to wait for it to get to the toggle trigger. And, you know, basically, that's it for the toggle trigger. That's how you use it. Hopefully this tutorial helped you a lot. And that's going to be it, guys. Also, yeah, I really should be uploading more. Last video was 6 days ago. Sorry for being inactive, but that's it. Hopefully you learned some stuff about the toggle trigger.